I can't believe I'm about to say this, but it's Tiffy time. No. Be manly. Be strong. Be a man. Tiffany Stratton won the WWE Women's Championship last night on SmackDown when she finally cashed in her WWE Money in the Bank briefcase that she won what feels like forever ago and had about 25 false cash-ins, about 45 cash-ins that didn't quite go to plan. She looked like an idiot about 22 times in that whole situation. These are just random numbers, but they're probably fairly accurate.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
She was on the verge of having an Austin Theory level run at this point, guys. She was on that verge. Like, this was going in that direction. Soon she was about to cash in for Chelsea Green's title. We were going there. But Papa H, Triple H, Triple Fraud, Hunter, whatever you want to call him, he finally pulled the trigger on the very first 3-hour SmackDown, and Tiffany Stratton has become the women's champion. Now, this is a very, very quick rise for Tiffany Stratton. She's probably been wrestling, 3 years now? 2-3 years now? Very quick rise to the top. Very quick rise to winning that title. She deserves it. She is probably one of the harder working wrestlers on that roster. She's got a character, at least, unlike some of the wrestlers, the female wrestlers on that roster right now. She has the prettiest moonsault. That is the name of a finisher. I'm not calling it the prettiest moonsault. We all know Jacob Fatu has the prettiest moonsault, and that is not me being zesty. He does have the best looking moonsault. Because we all know he's not a pretty man. Damn, that man is scary. Anyway, this is not about Jacob Fatu. This is about Tiffany Stratton. It's Tiffy time, so let's keep it there. Yeah, look, this has been coming for a long time, but at the same time, we did not know when it was ever going to happen. There was no clear pathway. You know, with Damian Priest, we were like, this thing's happening at WrestleMania. This thing is happening then. And with a couple others in the past, we could kind of see when it was going to happen. And this one came out of nowhere. So what happened was she first came out and did a false cash-in to help Nia Jax win the match. Thereafter, they beat down on Naomi. And this is where Bianca Belair came in and got involved. So Tiffany took out or hit Nia Jax with the briefcase thereafter. While Bianca Belair was down, about to get Bonsai dropped on. I don't know what Nia Jax calls it. And then she took out Candice LeRae to eliminate her out of the equation. Bianca Belair then pops up, lands the KOD. Amazing, by the way. Amazing strength. Tiffany then throws Bianca Belair out the equation, and she lands the prettiest moonsault and gets the victory and wins the WWE Women's Championship. That title also looks really good on her. I'm glad it was that title, not the world title, because that title fits her perfectly. I just hope she doesn't put a pink strap. Oh, she's going to put a pink strap. She's going to put a pink strap on that thing, isn't she? She is, eh? Like, this is happening, right? Oh my god, she's about to ruin that title. Anyway, I just thought of that. And really nice moments, huge pop. People are happy. I know there's a couple people in my group chats that are so happy. One in particular, talking about you, Keenan. Within the Stomp, you know, I don't know that anyone's a real big Tiffany fan within Stomp. I think we all just appreciate she's a decent wrestler, but nobody's over the top, like an over the top fan of Tiffany Stratton. That doesn't make it any good or any bad. I'm just pointing that out. But really, really good moment for her. My question is now, who is the face and who's the heel in that situation? Because Tiffany turned on Nia. But Nia's a heel. Nia can't be a face. Nobody likes Nia Jax. She can't be liked. She's unlikable. Just if you look at her, you don't like her. So how can she can't be the face now, surely. Which I'm not saying that's the direction they're going to go. But surely it's not her. And Tiffany being a face, not yet. She can be. She gets cheers in a lot of places. But that's because of her character work, her Tiffany time, chant, things like that. You know, it's not because she comes off as a likable person like Bayley's face turn not recently, but last year, WrestleMania. That was because people wanted Bayley to be a face. I think people just like Tiffany because she's a really good wrestler at the end of the day. and she's proving her worth. Well, ever since that Becky Lynch match, had to find a way to mention Becky Lynch. Ever since that Becky Lynch match in NXT, she's been seen as a definite star within the main roster, or going into the main roster. And she proved herself, because how long has she been on the main roster? What can we say? Is it less than a year now? It must be less than a year now, unless she arrived just before WrestleMania last year, which I'm not sure she did. Anyway, maybe she might have. Let's call it a year on the main roster, world title already. And it wasn't forced. It wasn't, we're going to give you the world title straight away because we see you as a star. It was the right progress. Yes, we waited very long for the cash-in, and I'm not complaining about waiting long for the cash-in. I'm complaining about how they built a suspense for the cash-in by making their talent look stupid. That's my complaints about the cash-in. Let's touch on that for a moment. The Money in the Bank idea, or the Money in the Bank gimmick, for me, does not need to be a yearly thing. This is how I see it. Let us do this. 1 year men's Money in the Bank, 1 year women's Money in the Bank. How does that sound? I feel like that'll be so much better, because now you're at the point where every year you need to book 2 Money in the Bank cash-ins, of which they have to be different from each other, of which they have to be different from the last 3 years, of which you've got the pressure of building a new star, or you're going to deal with the hate of putting Drew McIntyre in the Money in the Bank position and then him cashing it in the same night. You've got those pressures. And I think having it every second year for one of the divisions frees up a spot for someone new. Like, coming up to the next Money in the Bank, I don't know who should win. I don't see anybody in the position to win Money in the Bank yet. I don't see anybody that should be the next WWE champion or the next world champion that is currently, say, in the mid-card. Maybe someone like a Sami Zayn, but that's just going to get hate because he's already in the main event. Maybe someone like Melo, but that might be too soon, and then you're sitting with an Austin Theory situation. Then when you look at the women's side, who do we have? Tiffany was the clear one. And I think every 2 years, you might have a clear one. Like, for example, if you don't do a women's one this year, you do a women's one, or if you don't do a women's one next and you do it the year after, Roxanne Perez might be ready for that one. Or if you don't do it now and you do it the year after, maybe someone from like a Trick Williams, even though he's pretty boring in the ring, a Trick Williams might be ready for that one. Or a Chad Gable might be ready for that one. Something along those lines. You get what I'm trying to say. You're giving time for someone to be built up to be ready for that. And I think that would be important. I know this has changed. We changed the topic here slightly from Tiffany Stratton to the Money in the Bank. But still, it's still kind of the same thing. I actually want to hear your guys' thoughts on the Money in the Bank gimmick. Do you think it has grown stale? Do you think it is perfectly fine? Do you think it should be moved back to WrestleMania? Which I don't, by the way, because the reason I don't, and hear me out, say someone holds their Money in the Bank briefcase all the way till the following year, okay? Like Damian Priest did. Come that WrestleMania night, he has to cash in that night before the next one is then, like, before the next person wins it. So you can never have those WrestleMania moments again, like Damian Priest had, like Seth Rollins had. That's just impossible now. Or if it's not impossible, it's stupid because someone else has won the briefcase already. And then it's just you're just creating a whole confusing situation where you could have 2 briefcase holders. You get my point. So you'll never have those WrestleMania moments unless they cash it in the same night they won it. But that's just gonna become cliche as well. So I think it's fine where it is. I just think you can have one every 2 years from each division. That's personally what I feel. Maybe even throw in a 3rd year, make a tag team one. No, I'm pushing it. I am pushing it too far there. Yeah. Sorry, guys. I just watched New Japan Wrestle Kingdom, and I watched the main event that was 43 minutes long, and about 35 minutes of those 43 minutes was the 2 wrestlers on the floor. On the ring mat, just lying there, selling. So, my brain is fried right now. But with that being said, Tiffany Stratton has finally won the WWE Championship. She deserves it so much. I'm happy for her. Let's see what happens from here. Who does she face next? Let me know down in the comments. We'll see you guys next time. Take care and peace.